So in about a year's time, we are gonna start seeing one new vehicle on Philippine roads. That's this one, the second generation Nissan Leaf. Now, many of you have heard so many things about this car. It's fully electric, it's a hatchback, it's one of Nissan's biggest sellers in the world, especially in EVs. Actually, it's the #1 selling EV anywhere on the globe. Now, the past versions we've driven have all been right-hand drive. But now, since we're in Madrid for the UEFA Champions League final, we're gonna get to drive the Leaf with the steering wheel finally on the correct side, on the left. Let's see how this Nissan Leaf gets on so we can give you a preview of what you'll be seeing on our roads very, very soon. So now we're inside the new Nissan Leaf, and we've driven it before in a couple other countries, but this is the first time we're gonna get a taste of the left-hand drive version of the Leaf. Now, this is actually gonna be very close to the one we're gonna get in the Philippines. This one, the one we're driving now, is a left-hand drive 40 kilowatt version, or 40 kilowatt hour version. So the capacity is good for about, in city driving, you'll probably get around maybe 250, which in a place like Metro Manila, it's going to be plenty to get you, in and out to wherever you need to go in the office or, to work, get the kids to school, that kind of thing, without having to charge in between. If you're going to go further, then you're going to want to try to find a parking spot with a charging station, which right now it's going to be pretty difficult in the Philippines. But if all goes to plan, we're going to see a lot of charging stations in places like Nissan dealerships in the future, hopefully. But what's great about the Leaf right now is we're not emitting any tailpipe emissions. There's no CO2, there's no carbon monoxide. So it's pretty good for the environment because all your charging is going to take care of all your power needs for your car. So no fuel, nothing like that. But there's also no noise. There's barely any noise apart from the wind noise you're getting, or a bit of the tire noise. And well, the power, the torque. The torque is the number 1 thing when it comes to electric cars, because at 0 RPM you've got maximum torque right away. So if you want to accelerate off the line, like right now, that's pretty quick. That's pretty cool for a little car like this. And I have to say, the design of the second generation Leaf, which it is the #1 selling EV brand all around the world, it's a lot easier to look at, especially compared to the previous version, which it wasn't everyone's cup of tea. But the new Leaf is a lot more stylish, it's a lot more up to date, and there's a lot more technology, which we'll try to show you around later. The first generation Leaf, when it first came out, it seemed more like an exercise in technology, meaning Nissan was trying to show the world what they can do with electric power alone. And that came up, it was a good car, but it also comes more as an experiment, meaning they sacrificed a lot, like boot space, passenger space, all the things that make a car, a useful everyday tool. The second generation Leaf is a big leap forward. We're talking about cabin space for 5 people comfortably. And yeah, we have a few passengers in the car. You can't see them right now, but I'm with some pretty fairly taller companions, plus luggage. So that speaks volumes already for what the Leaf can do as a vehicle. It's no longer just a technological tour de force. It's a real practical everyday car you can use. And that's what's going to get it through, past the line of being that experiment into something you can drive and enjoy every day. And it'll fit your lifestyle too. I mean, it's quite packed with a lot of technology. Of course, you've got your Bluetooth, USB for your phone. It's got navigation. Of course, I'm not sure about the Manila model or the Philippine model. But for sure, Nissan's going to pack it in with a lot of technology as well. One thing that they're really highlighting with this model is something called ProPilot. Now, ProPilot offers a certain degree of autonomy of self-driving cars and all that. It's not a fully autonomous car that's going to drive you all the way there, but it can take over some of the more stressful things about driving in traffic, like maintaining the distance to the vehicle ahead, You know, that kind of thing will make it a lot more convenient. And it can, this one comes with that ProPilot lane keep system, which means it will actually steer for you to keep you in that single lane. Nissan, I hear, I mean, they're working on technology that can allow a vehicle to actually switch lanes and even overtake. But for now, this is what we have, you know, and I have to say it's pretty good. We drove it on the AutoIndustriya earlier, and the Leaf really was driving, you know, trying to keep in its lane and maintaining that distance to the vehicle ahead and the speed. You do have to keep your hands on the car because, you know, if you don't, the ProPilot system will turn off. So we just spent pretty much an entire day driving around in the new second generation Nissan Leaf. And it has to be said that this thing succeeds as an everyday car. You don't have to learn any new tricks to drive it. You can just drive it normally. And that's the great thing about it. It's not gonna alter your lifestyle in that big of a way. You just go home, charge it, and you drive the next day. It all depends now, all that matters now really, is whether or not Nissan, well, I'm sure they will, get all the charging stations in place so you can enjoy the benefits of zero emissions driving with the new Leaf. You'll start seeing this car on Metro Manila streets and hopefully nationwide in 2020. This is Vince of AutoIndustriya.